Okay, a little bit of a review, going back to this, you, insurance companies, hospitals, drug companies. We're going to do kind of the same model, you. Yes, we need some insurance because we are still not to a point of self-insured or semi-self-insured. We don't have the wealth. Maybe you do, but most people don't have the wealth built up. So we're going to get some insurance to put a safety net around us to protect us from financial ruin. That's really the objective with our health insurance. Then we're going to get some other parts and pieces that play into our program. The first one is what we call some wellness benefits. There's about 8 to 10 different wellness visits. There are discount plans, dental, vision, prescription, chiropractic, so on and so forth. One of the benefits is what we call our patient advocacy program. Now, remember when I was talking back over here, we run a higher deductible on our health plan? Well, I've got the accident plan that will pay my deductible if it's an accident. Well, what if it's a health event? How do I pay that higher deductible piece? Well, we need to be putting money into our emergency fund, and we'll talk about that for future health events. Just like your car, when you have events that you have to pay on your car, how do you do it? Well, you pay it somehow. Anyway, but our patient advocacy, what they do is they negotiate on your behalf. Every time, everything that we go into the hospital, doctor, so on, has what we call a CPT code. And they know what the costs are for these CPT codes. There's two different costs when you go into the hospital or doctor. There is the billed cost, and then there's the adjusted cost. They know what the costs are, so they tell us, the statistic is that they will negotiate off about 83% of your medical bill. So going back to this, if I had a higher deductible plan, let's say a $10,000 or $15,000 deductible, and it was a health event, not an accident, they can negotiate about 83%. Now, I'm not saying they're going to, for everybody, they're going to get that for everybody, but that's their statistic on all the people that they work with. 83% of the billable money back to you on your bill is eliminated. So we use them if it's a health event, non-accident. Okay. There's a bunch of other benefits. Now, we have another part of our program. It's called the lifestyle benefits, and these are discounts on your groceries, discounts on eating out, 8 or 10 different ones. They're not necessarily tied to health insurance. They're just things that we're going to do the rest of our life. We just figured out some discount plans. Now, within this discount plan, we have a program called Participation Referral Credits that you actually, everybody's tied together with a computer number. And by being part of our insurance program, you're going to receive about $15 over time just for being a participant in our program. If you want to refer somebody, you could make about $1,000 per person that you referred. And we'll talk about how this exactly works in another video, but just suffice it to say, for every person you refer, you could earn about $1,000. It won't happen immediately, and it's per month. It's a residual per monthly income. It may take 3, 6, 12 months, 2 years, I don't know. It just depends on you. 2 people, 2,000, 3,000. So what do we do with that money? Well, we know part of the problem with health insurance is it's expensive. Okay? Everyone thinks it's expensive. It's not that bad if you just know where to go get it and how to package it and position it. But for most people, you know, they're just kind of underinsured, we'll call it. So we're going to show you how to generate a little extra money if you want to offset the cost of your insurance. So we also set you up a savings account, and we're going to run all your insurance out of it because it just trust me on this. It's easier to run all of your insurance out of the savings account, because if you do anything with this for tax advantages and tax reasons and so on, you just want to set up a separate savings account initially instead of down the road. So out of that savings account, let's say your employer, you know, if you're a small business owner, this is the decision you have to make for health care for my employees. This plan is not an ERISA plan, it's not a group plan, it's not a cafeteria plan, it's none of the above. So if you're going to implement into your business this type plan, you can't say this is our endorsed, our plan that everybody needs to get on. You can't say that. This is an alternative plan. Your decision is, do I want to spend $100, $200, $300, $400, whatever it is per month to the individual, and you put that into a savings account for them. It's just like a payroll check. You pay your into the savings account for the individual, and they use that to pay their insurance out of. Okay, so the employer's putting in 200, you're earning 1,000, but initially you wouldn't earn 1,000, but initially you're putting in your money and the employer's putting in some money to make sure you got your whole family covered. But let's say you referred a few people, and let's say you've referred just one person making 1,000, your employer's putting in 200, that's $1,200 a month. Let's say, I'm going to say $700 is your total insurance package because I'm married, got 3 kids, that's our total insurance. Life, all of it. I got a lot of life insurance on me. So $700, so we'd have $500 left over. We take that money and we say, we're going to make sure you at least have the proper insurance coverage on you. 95% of the people are what we call underinsured. So we're going to make sure you have the right package on your family. The difference that's left over, we're going to put into the emergency fund. After we got our emergency fund, we're going to show you some other financial strategies where you can earn 12 to 50% annually on your income. And it's going to be tax deferred. It's not in the market. We're staying away from the market. We just think it's too risky and we see too many bad things down the road. Too many pressures on the dollar right now. So we just say we're not in the market. These are non-traditional type investing programs. And the income needs to be non-W-2 income. Thus, this. You may already have a business of your own. You may already have a small business that you run. We use that non-W-2 income for the financial strategies. Now, think with me for a moment. If you had $500 extra coming in and we were earning 24% on the money, tax deferred, it would take you 15 years to become a millionaire. 1,000, 13 years, 2,000 a month, 10 years, $3,000 a month, it takes you 8.5 years to become a millionaire. Now, if you have $1 million and you're earning 24% on it, you're making $240,000 a year in income. We take that money, at that point, you are, even before that, you're kind of self-insurable at that point in time because you've got enough money to pay for your living and any medical expenses that could come up. You may at that point, we talked about it back here, we could drop coverage. We could get rid of some of the parts and pieces that we don't necessarily need at that point in time and just say, I'm going to self-insure. I'll maybe buy a catastrophic plan that could, protect my nest egg, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. So, and if you really want to think outside of the box, think about this. What if you set one of your children up as kind of one of these referral type agents or people? If you could get your children, you think about it, your children, our youngest child is 6 months old. She's not going to probably go out and be able to refer somebody, but I could refer somebody for my child. We're setting up a program for my children right now where we could refer a few people for them and we get them earning a couple, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month. When they turn 18, 20 years old, they could be millionaires, or they could have enough income at that point that they could become self-insured. That's really the goal where we're trying to drive people, is we want you to think, I need to become self-insured or semi-self-insured, because there are a lot of bad things down the road. Now, just to kind of close this piece out, why is our program unique? Well, we show you how to cut and control your costs by repackaging. Okay, we get you the stuff you need, not the stuff that you necessarily want. We're getting rid of all the feel-good benefits. We're getting the stuff that's going to protect you. We have an income generation component. I don't know anybody else that does. And we put the investment strategies with it. I don't know anybody else that's done that either. So it's a very unique combination of stuff. We're going to show you, get the stuff you need. We're going to show you how to earn a little extra income to pay for the insurance, and then take that extra income and put it in some investment strategies where you can be self-insured or semi-self-insured. That's our strategy. Now, last but not least, I'm either a liar and a lunatic, or I'm telling the truth. A liar. Well, a liar would say, let me sell you the, if you think about this, this plan is more expensive than this plan, and I get paid on commission. So, I would want you to get the most expensive because I make the most. On this plan, it's a lot less, so I make a lot less. So I'm either telling the truth or I'm just a fruitcake. I'm telling the truth, and you'll figure that out in time. Anyway, that's our plan. The next plan that we're going to talk about is we're going to define how this particular piece works, and we're going to, we got some more videos that explain how the benefits pay out. We cover insurable, uninsurable, how they pay out, and so on. You just have to watch the next videos where we explain all that, and we'll talk to you later.